In response to my Who Framed Kelly J. Keane video, which has now got about 30,000 views on Twitter, I got this piece of criticism. This was a little dialogue I had with AltMediaWatch, who I believe is actually reporting on my channel, which is, I guess, an honor.
It's funny that you complained the whole time about guilt by association before using guilt by association to claim Tom is responsible for Nazis. I hope this effort pays off and you get laid, otherwise it's just embarrassing.
I don't believe I ever said Tom was responsible for the Nazis. I said the Nazis were there to embarrass Moira Deeming and the Liberal Party and to promote themselves at an event that was already likely to get international press. What I think you are upset about is that I also showed how Tom and others chose to divide the opposition to the Nazis, thus helping out the Nazis, because preventing a Nazi success under an international spotlight in a city where Nazis always lose, no less, was less important to him and his comrades than maintaining their political purity and the now obviously false narrative that the Nazis were working with or protecting Let Women Speak. I'd be happy to hear how this is not the case.
Ha ha ha, you didn't show anything, you made a bunch of contradictions and double standards to lick the boots of TERFs. At one point you blamed Wacker infiltrating LWS as the reason NSN got into the rally because it distracted the marshals, then you said that only the police horses could stop the NSN, both of these can't be true. You also said LWS couldn't stop Nazis because they were women civilians but thought that Wacker should have infiltrated them. You then used guilt by association while whining about guilt by association. Your bias is blatantly obvious. Your 4 years worth of content obsessing over trans people makes you seem like you are fixated. At one point you blamed—
At one point. Well, given that you could quote no points at which I said Tom is responsible for the Nazis, I'm gonna have to take that with a grain of salt.
Why did you refuse to acknowledge the contradictions too?
No, it's because the alleged contradiction is based on another straw man. And you've already refused to acknowledge the first straw man, the false claim that I said Tom was responsible for the Nazis, despite the fact that you are not able to demonstrate where I said that. So why would anyone believe that you would be capable of acknowledging a second straw man? Secondly, you don't appear to understand what guilt by association actually is. Group A, Nazis, believe some of the same things as Group B, Let Women Speak, therefore Group B is guilty of the crimes committed by Group A. That's guilt by association. I'm not using guilt by association. I'm saying Tom and the Conrads did a thing that was bad. They divided the opposition to the Nazis at a crucial time in order to construct a false narrative about LWS. That is in no way saying the Conrads are Nazis. That type of reflexive smear any opposition as Nazis routine is your bag of tricks. So I can see why you might be anticipating it, but I was just saying that the Conrads were too politically invested in false narratives to take the most effective course of action. We could have had 20 Antifa burst out of the Let Women Speak demonstration with fire extinguishers full of pink powder and totally fucked up the Nazi photo op. Instead, one group that opposed the Nazis spent the day defending itself from another group that opposed the Nazis, while the actual Nazis got free international press. So, if you would like to watch the full version, I'll include a link in the post of this video.